Welcome to English 112. I'm your instructor, Mrs. Mills, and I thought I'd make another little video to say hello and kind of guide you through some MLA format. So please watch the NC Live video I have posted for you, and please watch this one as well. In front of you is your textbook, Writing, Reading, and Research. And please purchase this book because it is a useful tool for referencing. One good section of the book, bring it down here for a second, is the MLA format section, and that's on page 525. It gives you how to do reference lists, works cited, bibliographies, and in-text citation with parenthetical documentation format. So please check that out. That's in your book, and your book does have a world of wonder with other materials dealing with writing, reading, and research. Now, back to the ranch here. We're going to go up to the computer again. Here's the Blackboard site. We're going to talk about MLA for a quick second. Obviously, hopefully you've read the How It All Works section and the research tutorial. Under the instruction section of Blackboard, I have posted, obviously, the no list. You cannot use any topics from the no list, and I apologize for that, but I want you guys to think critically and come up with some great creative arguments. All right, I gave you a couple of NC Live online database tutorial videos. Please watch those. Now let's get to the MLA. MLA is very picky and very precise. You can use your textbook for MLA format. You can use the OWL at Purdue, which I gave you a link here. Let me go up and grab it here. This is the OWL at Purdue. It is very, very legit. This is pretty much the only website dealing with MLA or APA format that I trust. This is the home page, and if you look to the right, here's the MLA 2009 Formatting and Styling Guide. 2009 is the updated version. So you would look up any materials that you would like dealing with NC Live. We are mainly going to focus on electronic sources. So here's the electronic sources portion. No URLs anymore. And it just gives you some great information on citing when looking at online databases. So this is good. So you mainly want to stick with online databases because, as you know, you cannot use any raw internet sites, anything from a basic search like a Google, a Yahoo, or a Bing search. All right? So MLA, OWL at Purdue 2009 edition is a great, great tool. Let's go back to Blackboard. I have also given you some materials here. I have an MLA PowerPoint for you. Let me pull that up. I just put it at the bottom of my screen. Alrighty. This is the PowerPoint I gave you. It's a nice reference guide. It matches up nicely with your textbook and with OWL at Purdue. So I've given you some resources. Here's how to cite a newspaper, how to cite a book. Now I put that these are in print right now. Remember, books or newspapers, magazines, or journals in print, it's what you can pick up and what you can feel. Hopefully you've read this little disclaimer at the bottom. You will use these formats to carry over to online databases. So if I go to the slide, that's a journal in print. Let me back up real quick. Interviews are important. This slide, this is a great slide. How to cite a work accessed on an NC Live or any kind of online database. You're going to cite it as what it is. If it's a magazine, you're going to cite it as a magazine. You're going to take off that word print, and that's the basic formula for a magazine. If it's a newspaper, you cite it as a newspaper. So here's your newspaper formula. Obviously, you take off the word print because we're not in print media, we're in electronic media. You cite it as what it is, book, journal, magazine, and all you do, you take off that word print because we're not working with print media anymore, we're working with electronic media. You add the database, the word web, and your access date. It's as easy as that. So please, please, please follow these formats So again, here's your PowerPoint. And again, anything accessed online or on an online database, NC Live, CQ Researcher, Opposing Viewpoints, is not print media. It's electronic media. I also gave you these MLA quick notes. And I know that says English 233, but my literature class decided to share this with you. Again, it's pretty much the same deal as the PowerPoint. So if you find an academic journal in NC Live or another online database, there you go. Author, title, journal name, volume, issue, year in parentheses. If there's no pages listed, N page. The database, web, and the access date. Same thing here. Remember, MLA is not real tricky. It's just real precise. You have to put everything in order with every piece of punctuation and everything italicized that needs to be italicized. Here's a magazine that you found on, and I spelled that wrong. Let me fix that. Jeez. All right. Here's a magazine from an online database. Follow the format. Author, title, magazine, date, pages. We got it from a database. So the database, web, access date. Really simple. Here's a newspaper. And you will not be doing raw internet sites. You're going to stick with the online databases. So you have plenty of examples. So there's your quick notes. Let me pull back to Blackboard. I gave you examples of reference lists, bibliographies. When we get to the annotated bib, there's an example. Here's an example of parenthetical documentation, which is the second part of MLA format. And there's plenty of examples to get you started. So remember, MLA is just a format, and you got to plug and chug. You got to put the correct information in the correct order with the correct punctuation and italics where it's needed. So hopefully this has helped out a lot. I will grade you very strictly on MLA because it is a strict format. And once you know MLA, APA or Chicago style will be a breeze. So please keep practicing MLA, and we'll see you later.